There has been some grave doubt about your religious beliefs.
I know. They've always called me an atheist because I've refused to become a church member.
And why have you refused?
I have found their articles of belief too complicated for me. But I assure you, Dr. Barrick, that I will gladly join at any time any church whose sole qualification for membership is obedience to the Savior's own statement of law and gospel. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But now, gentlemen, if you will excuse me, I believe Mrs. Lincoln is preparing a slight collation, and I must see if I can be of any help.
Well, gentlemen, what's the verdict?
The man unquestionably is an infidel.
And a radical. He's as much of a demagogue as Douglas.
He's an idealist in a curious, primitive way.
He's a rabble-rouser, pure and simple.
In my opinion, this man Lincoln is not safe.
What do you mean, not safe?
Just that. He's a radical. A man who devotes himself so wholeheartedly to currying favor with the mob develops a mob mentality.
And what's more, you've evaded our questions.
Now, please, gentlemen, I may not know as much as you do about economics and theology, but I do know politics. And what is the essential quality that we demand in our candidate? It is simply this, that he be able to get himself elected.
Well, there's something in what you say. And do you think he can do it?
I tell you, gentlemen, in that uncouth rail splitter you may observe one of the slickest, smoothest politicians that ever hoodwinked a yokel mob. Of course he evaded your questions. You asked him about the labor question, and he said, I believe in democracy. You asked him about religion, and he replied, love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, you know you couldn't argue with that, any of you. The voters will love him because he's just as common as they are. A plain, homespun American. His very name is right. Honest old Abe. He'll play the game with us now, and he'll go right on playing it after we get him into the White House. He'll do just what we tell him.
Careful, Mr. Clement.
And now, gentlemen, if you will step into the dining room, Mrs. Lincoln will be pleased to serve you with a cup of tea.
Thank you.
Well, this is most gracious.
Bring your cigar with you, Mr. Kerman.
Thank you, thank you.
One for the choice of the nation, our